What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. We've got the Tokyo Games show happening today and a lot of very cool stuff is being revealed over there. One of them is also Just Cause 4 related, and I will be covering more of this video game on this channel. So during the event, a brand new 20-minute developer gameplay was shown, as well as a ton more details that we have yet to see before. So yeah, I hope you all sit comfy in your chairs, leave a like on this video if you enjoy it, and let's get to it. Starting things right off with probably the coolest new addition to the game, Just Cause 4 now offers us the possibility to fully modify our gadgets in the game, and there are a lot of options to pick from. This is done by entering into the newly added customization menu, and during the event it was shown that we will be able to fully modify our retractor, the boosters, as well as the airlifter. So each one of these sections hold 5 modification slots each, and you can pick and choose what types of mods you want to apply to each slot, and there are a lot of possibilities. 2 of them were also being shown, and we had the airlifter being shown like in the beginning of the video, as well as the boosters later on. And starting things off with the airlifter, which is the balloon thingy you can attach to people and certain objects to make them like lift up into the air. You can control everything here, from the type of gas it can hold, the amount of armor the balloons have, the peak altitude they can reach, the peak effect, as well as the type of locomotion. And it was even shown in the demo that there is a certain type of locomotion mod that makes the balloons follow you, and there are a ton of possibilities with this, and the demo itself showcased something really amazing. So in one of the scenes you can pick up some of those explosive barrels, have them all up in the air, and make them follow you, forming like this huge cloud of like explosive barrels, and then you can just have them follow you exactly where you want them and have them drop down into like this huge explosion of carnage and destruction. It's pretty freaking awesome. It's definitely a little bit more complex compared to the previous installments of the game, and there's going to be a ton more interactivity with all of these, you know, put together. You will see that later on, but it's pretty freaking awesome. Later on, the booster mod was also being shown, and you can see the mod menu on the screen right now, and there are sections for the burnout effect, for the directionals, the duration, acceleration, as well as the orientation to it. So you can make it so, like, compared to how it was in Just Cause 3, to never slam into the ground anymore or spin out of control when attaching boosters to, let's say, a vehicle, and you can essentially modify them so they never shoot you in a direction. For example, let's say you only want to go up, then you can definitely go into the directionals and make it so that the boosters will never aim you towards the ground. And you can even combine these two, the balloons being lifting you up in the air, and then have the jets or the boosters just, you know, propulsing you a little bit forward, and you can do this on a tank. You can see that in this footage, and you have that floating slash flying tank destroying enemies, laying carnage all over the place. There's so much more control compared to how it was in Just Cause 3. Like in that game it was pretty hectic, and most often than not you would end up in a huge ball of fire yourself, but this time around you can pretty much fine-tune it as much as you want. The supply drop system is also being shown in the beginning minute of the video, and somebody even managed to grab a photo of the supply drop menu. From the looks of it, we'll be able to call supply drops if we have them available, and reclaiming factories to restock them, as well as increasing production, also seems to play a huge role into this. So on the right side on the screen you can see the production speed times 8 being shown, and the prompt to reclaim factories to restock the supply. So we don't really know what that means, but it was said during the presentation that as you progress through the game you will also have access to more supply drops, so I think this all plays a role into that. Nonetheless, putting the cargo on the ground is now something completely in your control. You don't have to rely on the NPC anymore, so you can just aim it at the ground and put it exactly in the direction you want it to, and then a full cargo plane will come up and then just proceed to drop the supply cargo thingy on the ground. The control over vehicles is also said to be unique to each type, and this will also be affected by the type of terrain you are on. So it's going to be different if you're driving on regular roads roads compared to, for example, on sand dunes or on ice, and this is actually pretty awesome because the previous games, in my opinion, just didn't have a good driving mechanic. Hopefully this time around is going to be different. Pretty much as well with the flying, so if you fly with a certain type of jet or plane or helicopter, it's going to be different compared to other types. Also, the weather effects will greatly affect this. If you're like just flying straight into, let's say, a sandstorm, your visibility will be greatly reduced, probably even damaged, and this is mostly going to happen in more severe storms. So like in the thunderstorms, you're definitely going to get more damage, and the tornado is definitely going to pick you apart, but the sandstorm for the moment is set to only impact your visibility. There are other cool interactions with the environment being shown, and they appear to be from quite simple to quite complex, at least way more so than in any of the previous installments of the series. One such interaction is with the radar, and it is pretty much repurposable into a full-sized catapult, as you can take this one and transform it into a catapult. You can even see this on the screen right now, and you can attach a car to it and just, you know, have it fly into, let's say, an enemy's face or just into another building. It looks pretty awesome. I am pretty excited to play this game because it looks so much fun, and this is just one type. There are many more, so it's interesting to see what people will come up with, but this is just one of the demonstrations being shown. Moving on, it seems that the jet in the footage was stolen from the Black Hand, and you can repurpose it as well as recoloring it, and later on even call it as a supply drop. As you can see here on the screen, you are more than able to like just fly it around, and it seems that recruiting an army is something like a main objective in the game, and you will have to like recruit an army of men so you can fight all of the other, you know, military groups and whatnot, and you will be able to steal their military equipment, repurpose it, make it your own, even recolor it. Not sure the extent of the full customization of this, but I hope it's pretty extensive because I want to see that in this game. On top of it, the cool detail that was said later into the video is that the cooler the tricks you pull, like, you know, having stuff being destroyed in very cool ways, the more followers you will be able to get. So when people see you doing these cool tricks, they will actually get respect, and you will be able to recruit them, or they will automatically be recruited into your army. So that is pretty awesome stuff. And finally, the video also mentions the new weather system in the game and how it is all procedurally generated. So it's not tied to any missions, and it can occur at random times in the game. But these are all the details that we have for today. This was the entirety of the gameplay demo. Go ahead and check it out. There are like 19 or 20 minutes of full gameplay presentation, wherever you want to call it. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, a like and a subscribe would be definitely appreciated. Tell me if you want Just Cause 4 to be covered more on this channel. I will definitely buy this game and play it because I had it in my sight for a very long time. But I will see you guys in the next one, so peace out.